Have you ever finished reading a chapter in your textbook, novel, or an assigned article only to realize at the end of it that you have no idea what you were reading that whole time? This is such a frustrating experience. That means we have to go back to the beginning and start all over again. So today we are going to learn a simple but effective strategy that any student can use to ensure this never happens to them again. So here we have our cheat sheet for a strategy we like to call engage with the readings. Now, engaging with the readings means that we're going to take a slower, more intentional approach to doing the readings the first time so that we don't have to waste time repeating them again or while we're studying in the future. So let's go ahead and dive into this simple 3-step process. If you'd like to follow along with me, you'll find a link to download the completed version of this cheat sheet below, but let's fill this one out together. So the first step in our process is that we want to read thoroughly, which is important, and we're going to talk about what that means, but we're going to do so in chunks. So first, let's address what I mean by in chunks. Well, a lot of students, when we open up a text, we want to just plow straight through and get through it as quickly as possible, assuming that our brain will just hold on to whatever it needs during the process. But then that's what results in us feeling completely lost at the end. So instead, what we're going to do is focus on reading just 1 or 2 paragraphs at a time. Now, what do I mean by read thoroughly? Because it's not enough just to read in smaller chunks, but to read them thoroughly, I mean that we are going to read every word. And when we find a word that we don't understand what it means, we're going to define it and make sure we know what it means before we continue. It means that if the author has included a sample problem, that we're going to work the sample problem instead of just glancing over it and keep moving. Pull out a pencil and paper and work on the problem. If there's a visual included, study the visual for a little while, read the caption, try to understand what's happening in it. You get the picture, right? We want to make sure that we're covering everything that's actually in the assigned readings, that we're not skipping over things to save time. Now, that leads us to the second step of our strategy, which is how we want to go ahead and turn all of these things into short summaries by summarizing the chunk that we just read. Now, this means we do have to have some type of reading notes available to you. Now, of course, we have strategies covering how to take reading notes, but sort of in a nutshell, what I'm going to encourage all students to do is you're going to get out a piece of paper when you start reading a new text. And at the top, you're going to just put the name of the chapter. So maybe we're reading chapter 1. And then we're going to also start writing all of our headings. So maybe I've got a heading here. And now I've got several chunks underneath that heading, right? Because we're only reading 1 or 2 paragraphs at a time. So at the end of that chunk, I'm going to ask myself, what was the point of this chunk? I want to write a very short summary that captures any key ideas, any key terms, any examples. And I'm going to write it just beneath that heading. And then I'm going to do it again, right? So then after that, I'm going to have another one and do it again. So we're kind of repeating steps 1 and 2 several times until we get through the entire chapter. But we want to make sure that we're not skipping step number 3. And step number 3 is actually where we connect the dots. So what do I mean by connecting the dots? Well, now we have all of these different summaries. So even once you get to your second chunk, you now have 2 summaries. As you're writing that second summary, I'm going to ask you to compare that new summary to the previous one or ones that you wrote. And we're going to start trying to identify patterns, connections, or themes. Exactly how are these things building on one another? Because you see, that's exactly what's happening in your brain. As all of this new information is coming in, your brain is trying to figure out how does it connect to the things that I already know. And so by reading our summaries back to ourselves and then forcing ourselves to try to connect them together, it's really pushing our brain to understand that these things are connected, and that's going to make them live there more strongly. So just like always, I'd like to wrap this up with a very tangible hack that any student can use. And so what I'm going to say is, if you are studying for an exam, then we are going to turn all of these summaries that we've been writing into a study guide. So we all would love to have study guides with these great questions and answers that we can use to study for our exams. So I'm going to encourage you to feed these summaries that you've written into AI and say, hey, will you please transform my reading notes into a study guide with clear questions and answers that I can use to study for my next exam in history or math or English or whatever it is. So here's my challenge to you. Now that we know how to better engage with our text, I'm going to ask you to open up an assigned readings that you've got to work on right now. I know you've got an article or a chapter that you've got to get done within the next day or two. So I'm going to ask you to read it, but using this process and just watch how, even though it seems like it's taking you a little more time now, it's going to infinitely improve your ability to understand what's happening, and it's going to save you so much time in the future.